Hello everyone and welcome to the Green Man channel. Hope you're doing good and well. So for this Wednesday's album review, I'm reviewing the fifth studio album from Code Orange. This is their release The Above, which came out last week on the 29th of September via Blue Grape Music, and the album is 14 tracks and 51 minutes in length. So if you're not familiar with Code Orange, they're quite a difficult band to describe, I would say. Their music isn't the easiest. Certainly you can't pigeonhole it into one genre. You can hear lots of different styles. I would say, if I had to describe them to someone, I'd say they're pretty, industrial, with clear grunge influences and alternative metal influences from the 1990s. And, there's even a bit of new metal here and there, and just, they use lots of different effects in their music too, and they're kind of angular and abrupt in the way they switch and do different changes in the music or in their songs. And you can certainly, sometimes their music's quite hard, therefore, to digest. But this album, actually, on that particular point, I'd say it's a little bit more accessible than the Code Orange music I can remember, at least from albums like Forever. One of my, I remember really enjoying that album when that came out in 2017. This one has a few more songs in it with those moments, those kind of more memorable choruses and cleaner moments, but it's still kind of all mingled with all these really heavy blasts and crazy changes, so you're still not quite sure what avenue Code Orange are going to take you down in the middle of a song, not just song to song, but in the middle of a song. It's you just don't know quite what you're going to get with Code Orange. They're not like, rather, they are a bit like a box of chocolates, perhaps I should say. But, I'm a pretty big fan of theirs, and I think this album is still evolving them a little bit whilst not losing what they are at their core, not losing their identity as a band. Certainly that's kept. You still have what you expect from a Code Orange album, but it's just evolved a bit more since previous album Underneath. And so I quite enjoy this. Let's go into the tracks a bit more. So Never Far Apart is exactly what I was talking about, really. I think, you have these abrupt changes from this kind of soft piano melody into these massive kind of blasts and industrial sounds, and it's an interesting start to the album, that one for me. Take Shape has Billy Corgan in the mix, and that song gives us some thumping bass lines along with a memorable chorus in it. I really liked the fifth track, Mirror, personally, which was almost a completely clean track. No real abrupt changes in this song. It was just a much familiar song that definitely sounded like it could almost be on a 90s Deftones album, or even just a Deftones album more generally with that song. One of my favourites from this album, personally, even though it wasn't necessarily a kind of typical Code Orange song. I quite enjoyed the fact that it was just pretty much just a nicely written song and pretty memorable to go along with it. We also got those singles, the Grooming My Replacement and The Game, which are super kind of heavy tracks, with really heavy riffage, but again, like, impactful. It's not sort of directionless. There is, still kind of, they're keeping a sort of meaning intact, I think, here. And Snapshot was an interesting track. I'm not sure that's quite so much to my taste, with all the sort of, I don't know, it's like all these industrial effects or turntable stuff, I think, maybe going on here. Wasn't quite as keen on that song personally, but still a pretty good one. Circle Through, again, an example of one of those tracks where the chorus is going to get stuck in your head afterwards. And another pretty solid track on this album. I also really enjoyed the closing track, The Above, as well, actually, as a neat touch, sort of feeling like an appropriate kind of ending song for the overall album itself. So yeah, I think this album is for me, it's a very solid album. It's still expanding what they've done so far, and I enjoyed it. I think I will be honest and say that musically, some of their stylistics, some of their what they do isn't quite as much to my taste personally. That doesn't mean I don't respect them. I have a lot of respect for what they're doing and how they're managing to, be pretty successful with the style they're doing and what they're pulling off in the modern day. I think they're actually doing a pretty damn good job. I'm going to give this album an 8 out of 10. I did really enjoy it. As I say, some of their sound's not always for me, and they are very abrupt in their approach, I think, to their song structures and everything, but it's this good stuff. And yeah, this you know, if you like Code Orange's other stuff, you'll probably like this, I think, as well. So yeah, final score 8 out of 10. Thanks everybody for watching the review. Coming up on the channel on Saturday, a really big double video for the channel, which I'm premiering. It's going to be my top 40 albums of all time. Really hope if you're around, that's 8 PM UK time, so depending on where you are in the world, it could be a different time for you, but yeah, I hope you can join me for that, or that you get to watch it at some point. Quite a lot of effort's gone into that video, because it's a long list, I guess. So yeah, I hope you can join me for that, and otherwise from me, till next time, as always, bye for now.